Hello, this is your favorite Slavic friend, and today I'm talking to you about committing. So this is for the woman who wants to build her life and she knows where she is supposed to go next. You have that deep knowing. You already try to figure it out with your head hundreds of times. Is this the right path? Is this not the right path? You wrote it down on a piece of paper, you split it, why this path is good and why this path isn't. And you know that pros, that side of the page, that why this path is good for me is much bigger than the cons. And you know where to start, but you have a problem to committing. This is for you. And how to move away from it, how to step forward, how to go onto your path and commit to it. And all of these knowledges that I'm sharing with you, I have collecting it for the last decade and more. I have always been interested in psychology. I invested thousands and tens of thousands of euros into my education of psychology. Beside all of my diplomas I have, I'm a dog groomer actually. But psychology has always been my desire of doing. And I am now enrolled in a career and life coaching course. I'm so excited to finally get certified with all of this knowledge I want to share with you. Now, all of these knowledges, especially past 3 years, I have been collecting from very, very successful women, my mentors. One of them is Mina Irfan, and she is a big inspiration for me, and hopefully I will be able to help you, at least, like, if I am able to help you in 1% of the help and knowledge I receive from other women, it's going to change your life forever. So buckle up and let's start. So committing is basically your perfectionism playing its finest game. You may not be aware of it, now you will that I mention it. Perfectionism, it happened to me, it was part of my life since I can remember, for like most of my academic studying. And it showed up in graphic design the most. It showed up in the way that I was very creative, so I was never lacking in creativity, I was never lacking inspiration, I was never lacking next steps, I was never lacking good grades in the thing I was very good at. What I was lacking, what I was having extra was professionalism. And it took me years to let it go, even now I have a little bit of it. And the way it stopped me, the way it stopped my creativity, the way it stopped my gifts from coming true, the gifts that God gave me, it sabotaged everything. But this is why I'm here with you, so I can shine the light onto your perfectionism part, because we all have this part, especially as a women who wants to do good, we are high achieving, we want to have good jobs, good careers, and always try to do our best. We all have it. It's unfortunately normal. So graphic design. I was on the second on the list of, I think it was 60 to 90 people who went into my course that year, and I was second on the list. And I was supported by many of my professors, but perfectionalism just keep eating at me. It was kind of like a parasite. It showed up in so many different ways. So first, let's explain what parasite is. I've been learning a lot about parasites, especially studying about dogs. So the parasite is a living organism that lives at the cost of somebody else and not getting nothing for advance. There is no exchange. It's just eating up on its host and surviving, just eating up somebody else. And it can be energetically. Perfectionism is a parasite. It eats up your energy on a daily level, consciously or unconsciously. Most of the people don't know about this. And what I learned about very successful people, they do not give their thoughts space. We all have thoughts. We all have our belief systems that we grow up with. We were made to believe in certain things from our families, societies, church, and it can serve us and not serve us in a certain aspects of our lives. So when I was going to my first college studying for graphic design, I was very gifted. God gave me a gift of creativity, of being able to draw, create new things, express myself, and attract the attention. And I was very good at it. And as I said, I was supported by my professors, but unfortunately I was not educated about this many things about psychology, human emotions, human brain, woman brain, and I allowed perfectionism to get better of me. Now, everything that I speak about in my videos, it's new information for you. It may be new, it may be old. We all need to get reminded of this on daily levels, constantly. And do not ever be tough on yourself. If you're tough on yourself, on your past self, you have to know you always did the best you could. I forgave myself. In those days in my college, I always did the best I could, and I was very good and successful. But now I know better, and if you ever are hard on yourself, if you ever judge yourself, this is gonna stop your growth. So without any judgment, if you do have a judgment, just accept it and say to yourself, I love you. This is a human part of growing up. This is a human part of evolving, and most of the people do not evolve on this planet. So you're definitely on the right path. So my perfectionism, there's different ways it can come up. For myself, it was mostly negative things. It was mostly what I didn't do good. I would remember only the things I didn't do good, or the things that were missing, the things that were not perfect, the grades I didn't succeed in, the friendships I didn't stay in. And with the graphic design, it was I could do one design of one thing for hundreds of years. This is a perfectionism. It was never good enough. What if there is something else better? And what I learned from the very successful people, they said it's better to do something imperfect and move on than to try to make something perfect for a long period of time. Because time in this life, it's a currency. The time is most important thing. And perfectionism is the thing that eats up your time, that kills your time. So the woman who builds her dream life is not the most certain. She doesn't know 10 steps ahead. She doesn't know what's going to happen in a year. She doesn't prevent all the bad things from happening. So she's not certain 100%. Here's that desire. She have a big dreams, and then she is most willing to commit. And with commitment, it comes certainty. Commitment, most people commit if they feel a huge pain in their life. If something huge happens, for example, myself, I was willing to commit to my dream life. I was willing to commit to my dream career when I was so drowned, so emotionally drained from my ex relationship, from my ex-boyfriend, that it was hurting so bad. I had to reach almost the rock bottom to realize I would rather die trying to create my dream life. I would rather die with commitment and maybe not fulfilling my dream like 100% than trying to be perfect in somebody else's dream by the words of somebody else in somebody else's dream life. No way. So this is another of my stories with creating YouTube videos. Oh my god, they're not perfect even now. I first started with Instagram. I had always the huge desire. I think 5 years ago or 4 years ago, I had huge desire to speak about something on Instagram, to speak my mind. And even 4 years ago, I was totally different person. So I recorded the first video like this. I was holding my phone and talking to the camera, and I posted it. And I remember I was terrified. I was committed to that dream because it was COVID. I didn't know, I was in pain. I didn't know what better to do, so I did it. And there was that perfectionist in myself. I knew it was not perfect. And then one of the men that I used to know, he commented on it. Something random, like it has nothing to do with video. He just wanted to start a conversation with me because who wouldn't? And I just went in total anxiety attack. Oh my god. That was the first fear of being seen as a woman. As I said, we all have it. We all have persecution wound. Because for centuries, we didn't have this right, even the right to come and talk to the camera, be witnessed by hundreds of people, thousands, millions of people. This was not possible for a woman. And if it was, we were most likely called witches and burned on the stake. So persecution wound is real. But the best way to push through any fear is to be committed to your desires and just do it. So I went through a whole anxiety attack, and that's how I started. I believe that is my first ever therapist, because I was concerned for myself. I was like, I never felt anxiety attack. Like, what the fuck just happened? I don't know. So creating that first Instagram reel, that activated the huge desire within me to commit to this path of learning about psychology and healing, and now exploring somatic work and all kinds of work, manifestation work, everything. And years later, last year, started talking to Instagram more often. It was still terrifying, but I knew I had so many skills. And this is why it is so important for a woman to know about her brain, to know about her emotions, to know about her body, to just be able to control those negative thoughts, to be able to suppress perfectionism. And I have been starting to talk on Instagram for a while. Last year, I had quite a few opinionated stories. I got inspired by other women as well, seeing them speak up, and which led me to creating YouTube videos. I started end of last year, and now creating 22, this is my 23rd YouTube video. I know I'm still at the beginning. There is so much to learn, new skills to acquire, but even for these 22 and a half videos, I had so many new skills. My anxiety, like my fear of persecution, my fear of being seen, totally diminished because I got committed. I literally said to myself, I will die trying, because this is what I really wanted to do for some reason. Express my opinions on internet. I'm gonna do that. If nobody listens, even better. But yeah, so I got better at speaking up. as I said, I was introverted, so I rarely spoke up to the bigger audiences, whether it's speaking up, time management, video editing, marketing. I designed my logo again for this YouTube, designing logo for this YouTube after defeating perfectionism. It was the pure joy of my life. I did it in half an hour, which before it would take me like 3 hours, and it was pure perfection. I love this logo so much. So my mentor, she's very big. This is why I was able to have this YouTube channel. I learned from women who are already doing it. So Minnie Irfan, she changed my life forever. She taught me about momentum, about commitment, and she was one of the first women to actually show me that it's okay if you don't know step number 2, step number 3. It's not important to know all the steps. It's only important to know one next step and to do it. And as I was creating this YouTube channel, I did not know what I want to talk about. I just knew I want to talk about something I have desire. And I've been creating 1 video, 2, 3, 4, 5. And at every step, I know there was a days that I said to myself, I'm gonna post video at least once a week. Now it's 2 days, and I would sit in front of a camera and I would not know what to talk about, and I would pull it out. And the creativeness that I was mentioning earlier, it was always inside of me. It is always inside of us, all the women. We're filled of creative juice. We just need to make space for it to flow. And perfectionism is one of the biggest caps on our creativity. It's one of the biggest caps of stopping us to create our dream lives. And I'm so passionate about it that we want to gun, we want to destroy for all the female women that want to create their dream lives. Now, momentum is what comes first. Actually, commitment comes first, then it comes momentum, then it comes learning and adjusting, and then clarity comes. It's not important, as I said, it's not important to know all of the steps. If you make a next step, you're gonna figure it out. Step 2 is gonna come up to you. If you're committed, if you decide to have, for example, to record 1 video of you once a week, and you do it no matter what. It could be the end of the world. You set to yourself, you're gonna dedicate this amount of hours to create, and you create it. The next step is always gonna come. You're gonna learn so much about yourself. As I said in the last video of romanticizing your confusion, most wealthy, most happy people in the world, they all have one thing in common. The ones that create their dreams, life, dreams come true, everything, they have this thing in common. They redefined failure. There's no failure in their book. They're on their path, and they go a little bit off the path. They learn quickly. They learn, oh, this was maybe a mistake, and they literally allow themselves to see the sign on side of the road. This is not the way you should go, and they redirect and just go in the direction they're always meant to be. Surrounding yourself with a woman who have it, the women who already have things you want. It is very important to learn from men and women because we're all different. But as a woman, being in communities for 3 years, it helped me create the life I want. It helped me stay on the path of creating the life I want. It healed me so much as being in the presence of other women. And this is your next step if you have problem with committing. In the last video, I have recommended one of the other courses, but this course is a little bit extra for a woman with a little bit upper hand, with a little bit you're already on some level of consciousness, you're already on some level of being able to create, to at least step into the right direction. And the course of me and Irfan, I leave down below. It's called Sourced. She changed the name of it. I watched that course 3 or 4 times and it totally changed my life. I believe I got it in a few courses I had from her because it's that important. It's gonna open your brain. It's gonna give you a totally new understanding of your human brain and how to quiet down those perfectionist mindset and those voices in your head that were always stopping you from committing to your dreams and goals. And oh my god, trust me, this is a life-changing course. And it's so compact. You can actually binge watch it. You can watch it 10 times. You're gonna learn always something new. And I leave the link down below for women who are ready to fire up this year, who are ready to who are done waiting, who are done trying and then giving up or failing, or somebody you told your new dreams to somebody else and they put their own limiting beliefs inside of your brain. This is the course. This is the thing you were praying for to change your life forever. One last thing, what I'm gonna leave you with, if you don't decide to move on with that course, whenever you commit to something, whenever you start going towards your dreams, but you don't feel like you feel pulled in one direction and the other, and you start questioning yourself, is this the right path? Was I supposed to do this thing before that, or should I do that or that? What if I fail? This is the question I ask myself always, and it is, who am I being when I'm having these thoughts? Who am I being when I'm trying to ask for this direction? Or who am I being while trying to go through this thing? Whenever there's a doubt in your mind, when there is a confusion, no clarity, just sit down. I love journals. I had most resistance towards them. It took me years to start journaling, and I put it in front of, like, first page of every my journal. I just put, who am I being when I'm having those thoughts, in those moments of not being certain, which is so easy to just go off your path because there is so much uncertainty in the world. They're all trying to catch your time, attention everywhere, in Instagram, YouTube, news, your colleagues, friends, everybody's just trying to take your attention, because time is the highest currency of this lifetime is time. And all the news outlets, all the apps, they're all designed how to take and capture your attention. This is what I learned a little bit when I was trying to do Instagram. There's loads of courses for people to just starting how to catch others' attention in 5 seconds. They need to have you in 5 seconds. So ask yourself, whenever you're uncertain, whenever somebody else catches your attention, whenever you hear from somebody else, oh, this is not the path, or maybe this path is better. Look, there is a carrot here, like a donkey. Try and get the carrot. Ask yourself, who am I being? Am I being the dream version of myself? Am I being that person who already has the man, who already has the ring, who already has money? Am I being that kind of myself who already has the career I want? And it quickly will realize, no, I'm just being confused. I need to get committed. I leave this question down below as well. And to finish this off, you don't need to be 100% sure. You just need to be willing to commit to yourself. Say to yourself, this is me. This is my path. I'm done being a good girl. I'm done being perfectionist. I'm willing to choose myself over and over again. I'm willing to choose this path of the dream life over and over again. And trust in yourself that you will be able to adjust whatever happens. You got this. And I would recommend to watch my video of romanticizing your confusion. You need both of these videos. There is information in one and another video that it's essential. So hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And if you would like, you can always subscribe, and that will make me so happy. Leave the comments down below and let me know what you want me to talk about next. Have a nice day.